In Bloxburg, we all love the styles modern and traditional. But what happens when we bring them together? It creates luxury. So in today's video, I'm going to be building a luxury house in Bloxburg. Let's do this! So on screen now is my inspiration picture, and isn't it epic? I want like a really beautiful grand driveway. Like I actually want to take the mick. So we're literally going to start building the house about here, and I'm going to be starting with the pillars. And just above these pillars, we're actually going to be layering some flat roofs. And oh baby, that is some Taj Mahal-like stuff. So yes, this is the grand entryway. As for the windows, I think we're going to have to use basic shape, because as you can see on the inspiration picture, there's no lines in the middle. If I was going to be using modern windows, there would always be that little line in the middle, just looking all mismatched. Whereas if we use basic shapes, you can get rid of that line. And wow, this entry is going to be so thick. And is it just me? I literally can't even see that. So I always do give the tip to make it like a crazy color so you can actually see it. And since I'm a bit of a lazy bones Jones, I'm going to put the beams on now. And then when we copy and paste it, it will just be so easy. And guys, I've accidentally made like a nether portal here. Oh my gosh, if you've ever wanted to bring Minecraft to Bloxburg, now you can. But there we go. I think that's good enough. So we'll have one of them either side. And I don't know what kind of magic door they have in there. Like Bloxburg does not have anything like that. So I guess we're just going to have to use some tall glass doubles. That looks so good. So it's obviously going to lead into some sort of grand entryway. But just before we do that, we have to build the rest of the house. And I didn't actually realize how big I've accidentally made this. It is slowly but surely turning into a castle.
King in the castle, king in the castle.
But if you guys are worried about your house getting a little bit too big, a little bit too voluptuous, then it's pretty simple, really. All you have to do is make it very, very narrow. And since we make these basic shapes all fully and copy and pasteable, oh, I've gone American, but those can slot in nice and easy, like a little puzzle piece. And then all we have to do is copy this roof design, which I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be a little bit hard. But there we go, we now have the rough infrastructure for the luxury house. Next thing on the agenda is getting in the roofs. All of these luxury houses appear to have the same roof, the hip roof. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Okay, maybe we'll do a mixture of the flared mansard and the pyramid roofs. And I always find it kind of funny when you're custom placing a roof because it just feels like Laser Quest, doesn't it? And oh gosh, this has gone terribly wrong. But finally, my dementia-riddled brain has worked it out. So once again, we need to just make sure this is perfect because I actually cannot place that again. And next up, we then need to add the balconies. Once we put the glass in, it's going to look a little bit more to our liking. This is looking like an observatory. Now, I know you're thinking, Reese's, this looks ridiculous. And I am starting to agree. I'm thinking that these pyramid roofs are what's ruining it for me. So I guess what I'm going to have to do is just make an absolutely enormous... Sometimes Bloxburg roofs really know just the buttons to press to make you rage. And that looks even worse. All right, I've got one more plan because nobody should be spending 20 minutes of their life on a Bloxburg roof. We'll flatten it down to match this one. That actually looks probably the best that we've had so far. As for the actual color of this, in the picture, it just looked like they've made it smooth. What I think we're gonna have to do is make it concrete. And there we go. Now, I'm not gonna lie. This is one of those builds that is definitely trust the process. If I was just strolling down Bloxburg Street like, la, 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 and I saw this, I'd think, what fresh hell is that? But as I said, I think we've got to trust the process on this. So next up is going to be pillars. Now, I'm wondering, how big can these babies go? Because they're absolutely stunning. But oh my gosh. Okay, it's not looking that bad. I think it's the concrete that's throwing me off, to be honest. So I think we're gonna have to take care of the walls next. So obviously we're mixing modern with traditional. So what I'm thinking is we have a nice big modern window like this. And I was trying like to make some shapes like I was some sort of geometry teacher. But then I realized, am I actually being stupid? All I have to do is just place a line. And you might be wondering, well, how is that gonna fix the walls, Reese's? Well, because you ain't gonna be able to see them anymore, they're literally just gonna be filled up with windows and doors. And oh baby, this was what I was hoping for. This is what I'm talking about. That just looks so much better now, doesn't it? With all those windows in, just not as much concrete. I don't know about you, but I'm a bit sick and tired of looking at this exterior. Although it looks amazing now, it's been very upsetting for me. I thought we could just go inside quickly and decide the layout. So as I said, this entryway is definitely gotta be like 2 stories high. And how I'm thinking that we should be doing the staircase. Oh wait, there's so many. Wait, I hadn't even looked at them yet. Look at this one. Oh, that is proper grand. Like we could just have that going up the side. I also want this room to be 2 stories high. What I cannot resist adding is this fireplace. You might be thinking, well, we've not started decorating yet, Reese's. This is gonna be part of the infrastructure. It's gonna be like holding up this railing. And the one thing about having so many corners in a house is, look, you have to like place each corner in like that, and then you have to place the floor in. But now that I've got this in, I might as well explain the upstairs layout to you. So this side is gonna be bedroom, 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 and then a bathroom as well. Then we're gonna have the family bathroom here, and then this is the master bedroom with bathroom and closet. And as for downstairs, it's mainly just gonna be open plan. And I guess there's only so long we can put off doing the exterior. Not to mention, I literally forgot the entire back of the build.
Damn, I forgot.
But is there ever been a time where I've remembered it? No, I'm sorry. And I suppose we should also be putting those doors and windows in real quick. I do think we should quickly do the front garden before we pop inside. And it's not gonna be that difficult at all. I would have loved to have some steps leading up here, but unless we like make this in a basement, I just don't think that's gonna work very well. So instead, we're gonna make a really nice driveway. And just for the sake of symmetry, I'm gonna have 3 lines going off it like that. And we're just gonna use the modern fences. I hate to disappoint, but does it match with the grand hedge? It blimmin' does as well. Like I say, guys, we have got to be matching in that traditional theme because it's not just modern. So we are gonna have a fountain here. That goes without saying. But I didn't just want to stop at a fountain. I wanted to have like statues. I wanted to have gargoyles. I want to have like everything making this fancy. I even want a pond. And a little tip if you have the basement game pass, don't worry if you don't have it. It's not a necessity, but it does just make it look a little bit nicer if you outline your pools like with some walls. And are you guys thinking what I'm thinking? Gargoyle on the fountain, gargoyle on the fountain. Theoretically, we should, yes, be able to transform it on there. It looks like we're worshipping this holy gargoyle and I love it. And in between these large, grand pillars, I'm thinking I want a little Roblox man. And oh my goodness, I know exactly what to do now. So these front parts are gonna be marble. We're then gonna hop like a kangaroo into the garden section and grab ourselves one of these. And can you see what I'm doing here? And why is there like an eyebrow? Can you guys see that? It looks like there's an eyebrow or something in the middle of the marble. I think that must just be a build mode glitch. And as for the rest of the grass, well, we're basically just gonna be adding more grass. I think I might leave it like that. It's different. No, it is unusual.
It's different, it's unusual, it is.
Furthermore, we're going to outline this with some fences. And not me using the word furthermore. I'm a literal dictionary. Next up, we just need a few more fountains. And this is just me. They look a bit like Raspberry Ripple.
1 hour later.
This looks like a graveyard where all of the ghosts have just resurrected from the dead. I mean, it would make a good Halloween display, I'll give it that. And if I just put a couple of cars around the driveway, this is what we have as our front garden. Oh my God. No, there's too many of those. Like, there's just so many of them. And do you know what song has been going through my head as I've been building that garden? Down, down the witch's road. From Agatha All Along, even though I didn't even finish watching it. So the first room I'm actually going to be doing is going to be the lounge room. I'm going to be 100% honest with you.
This is screaming out to me going, Recess! Recess, do me now!
So I don't know about you. I personally like to build with the roof on in BLOXBURG, but because this is such a big build today, like it just goes so pitch black. So looks like we're gonna have to build with it off for a moment. We're gonna be adding a modern suspended chandelier. This is probably the chandelier I use least, but we're gonna have it trickle down just like that. And to cover up these weird gaps, we're gonna use beams. Okay, Power Rangers, I am back. You might be wondering, where did you go? It's only been 1 second for us. Well, it's actually been an hour for me because I'm not gonna lie, I just suddenly got brain block. I came in this room and I was like, my brain is blocked, but the inspiration is just sparking through my brain. So first off, I've changed this to marble. I didn't think that would actually look that good. Outline of planks and then having marble in the middle. Oh, baby, will you look at that? And not only that, notice how I have used dark stone grey planks. When have you ever seen me use them? Literally never, because I never do. But that looks so much better now, although it does look a bit 2020, but it's fine. And I just randomly went on like this side quest, colouring all the walls upstairs. I don't really know what that was about. Next up, I want to do the sofas in here. Now, part of me wanted to make like a corner custom sofa, but I'm not gonna lie, for a mansion, it's actually a pretty small living room. However, I think in here, we're gonna have a second living room. So I think I'll be making it custom in here. But for this decorative lounge room, I think just a couple of stylish ones. But just because it's going to be an irrelevant room does not mean that we don't have to make a gorgeous table. And what better to top yellow than lemons? Now, a big building hack. If you are building with 2-story windows like I am now, it's not very often that this happens, but if you are going to need to know this curtain building hack. So what I like to do is get semi-transparent cylinders, and then you like bring these up to the roof. Then you're going to pick a texture for them, any texture you want. And then you just just place a bunch of these all close together. And as you can see, it basically just looks like really big, epic curtains. Now, these days, I don't often put a TV on a fireplace. So when I do, you know I'm getting serious. And then as for these spots up here, I'm thinking square paintings. This roof bit here is triggering me so much. If I do not put some beams on this right now, I'm going to explode. Oh my gosh, this looks so cool from up here. You could just like lean over like, hello.
Hello.
And once again, I got a bit ahead of myself and started doing all of the wall trims for upstairs as well. But on the bright side, look at how aesthetic this is. Like, this is such a big house. I don't know how I didn't notice it at first. It's blimmin' humongous. And this definitely calls for a hair. Don't know what happened to my voice there. A hairpin dresser. And the reason that we're popping this hairpin dresser is because we're gonna be popping some lights on top of it. So I like to put a little zebra print pattern underneath it, make it look all sparkly. I feel like if you have a house this big, you gotta have your initials somewhere, right? So we got the T on this wall and the R on this wall. So if your name begins with T or R, then technically you're in my house. Love it. So, as we slip into one of these sides, I think that the other living room should be here and the kitchen dining should be here. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm thinking that we should actually be adding another room in here.
Not another one?
Like, yeah, we could have had a dining table, but I'm planning for the dining table to be much bigger than that. And by much bigger, I mean this. But part of me really wants to have these ones. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just think it goes so impeccably well. But anyway, we're not going to be popping too much on here. I'm thinking just like some jars. And I may as well rename this video Building in a 2021 Style, because that is what this is, isn't it? So I was thinking we could have the pantry and then like the laundry room in here. I was going to put a gym, but I thought having a gym by the kitchen is kind of cruel. Like, you just eat a massive crumble and then you're like, oh damn, I should probably go on the treadmill now. And then round here, we're going to be popping some cabinets. Excuse me, I want a cabinet there. And then a fridge. In BLOXBURG, it can take a hot minute to realize if you actually like a build or not. Anyway, if you thought that was it for the kitchen, no way, Jose. We're then going to continue it along here with some more cabinets. And while we're in the appliance category, we might as well add in the fridge. I'm also going to put some ovens along here as well. And for once, I don't think I'm going to add any overhead cabinets. So this works out perfectly for just like a little sink area, just so you can wash your hands before you cook. And today, guys, I was Gordon Ramsay. I should have taken a picture, but I made pasta. That is impressive for me. I am not somebody who cooks, but my grandmother taught me that recipe, and so I thought I'd give it a go. I think we should be having like a breakfast island here, and then just a classic island in the middle. It can be useful to put a topper on the top, as it were. And just because I am that extra, I'm gonna add little end bits there, and that way we can have like mini breakfast island over here, big party bar over here, and we're gonna be using my good old faithful friend, the scented candle in the middle. And this is so slay. I don't want to give too much away before the tour, but that is amazing. So one of these was gonna be the pantry, and then in here it's actually gonna be the laundry room. So I'm gonna nab this, and we're just gonna wrap this right round, baby, right round like a record. And just look at this beautiful laundry room I've created. So first rule of laundry rooms is you need to wash your hands, okay? We'll have the dryer on this side and the washer on this side. Wonderful. So we've only got this side of the house left now, and I promised you a custom sofa. And if I promise, I'm going to be delivering. So basically, you just get a beveled and basically just make it the size of one block. And then obviously you've got to have the little base for it. And right at the end, you've got to pop your little beveled cylinder, whatever it's called, beveled circle. And my favorite way to build a custom table is to get 2 circles and then a square. And not me reusing these same 2 pieces of art throughout the whole house. Exposed. Now, I was thinking over here could be our office area. I was gonna say dog area, then like, what? That sounds nothing like the word office. I think I've just got dogs on the mind. But before we talk about dogs, this can be the office area, because I think I love open offices, to be honest with you, like when they're just open in the house. But back to the dog talk. I really want a dog. I asked my mum if we could get one. She said no, but honestly, I really want a little Jack Russell. If any of you have a dog, leave its name in the comments. Anyway, we've got this other space here, and I do not know what to add. I need to rack my brain for other rooms, like kitchen, dining, living. I guess we could have a gym, but I don't really think that makes sense to have it out here. Maybe we could have a little gym in here. Oh! Cool. Okay, that's both of these rooms sorted, actually. Sorry, I just had a terrific idea. So I was thinking this could be our meditation room. Really rich people will sometimes have meditation rooms in their house. And also, where has the texture of those balls gone? Like, I swear those balls used to have texture. I should probably stop saying balls. It's gone weird. And I still haven't really worked out what I want to put here. I was just looking through all the sections. I'm just thinking another dining room. But I was thinking this one could be like a round one. Oh, with some lemons. And oh, that actually looks absolutely fantastic. So all we have left to do is the upstairs. So just a few bedrooms, really. But also, actually, I low-key forgot that we also have this entryway. But I thought we could just do a similar thing with the paintings and the chandelier. The only difference is in here, we're going to have a grand piano. So as for the upstairs hallway, I guess we'll just be popping in some doors and maybe some fresh floor plants. And I've actually really been liking the luxurious one lately. I reckon we'll start with the master bedroom, mainly because I'm actually a little bit like confuzzled what we should actually be putting in here. And for some reason, my camera cut out for like the last 10 minutes. I didn't even notice. But with that, the house is done. So here I stand at the gates. And I've just realized how like out there my outfit is. Like these pink cow bottoms just don't match with this house at all. But if you're wondering, this plot valued at $611,000. So it is the most long house I've ever made. But like I remember just placing in that grand entrance. I did not think it would turn into something like this. So if we enter through here, you can either admire the fountains, skip through the garden like a little caterpillar.
She was a fairy.
Or just take some strolls observing the beautiful house. There's so much you can do just even in this tiny little entryway. But I know what we all want to do. We all want to head right inside, and that is where we're heading. So as we first walk in, we arrive in this grand entryway. Now, I feel like when you walk in here, you're thinking, it's a very simple house. There's not much going on. Just this piano. But when you walk through here, that all changes. Because you are met with the most superior room you've ever seen. You're wondering, who lives here? DR. But yeah, I love this room. This was the room that we started with. And I think what makes it look even better is the fact that two big rooms come off the side. The first one being the dining room and the kitchen. So the dining table, this one's obviously for like big events. But this kitchen has everything you could ever need. It's got your fridge. It's got a flipping jam maker, for crying out loud. Equip your favorite fruit or vegetable to use this. You can actually put fruit into a can. Also, why have I been calling that a jam maker for 1 year when it's called a canning machine? Right, let's just take a carrot. And you're telling me I can make a carrot? I'm opening it. Something's happening. I have a jar of carrots. Eat all. Honestly, I forget that you can roleplay in BLOXBURG. I forget it has all these role-playing features. Anyway, through this door, well, first we have our little pantry, and then in here is our big laundry room. There's nothing little about this one. But if we go through to the other side of the house, we have the dining room, lounge room, office. But yeah, this is where you can actually like go out and look over the grand balconies, and this is our zen room. So if you've had a really tough day, just and honestly, the sunlight shining in here is so majestic, especially over those pillars. Like, it just looks so good. Oh my gosh, you probably shouldn't be doing this if you're stressed. But yeah, that is the entirety of the downstairs. So as we fish our way upstairs, obviously we've got some more bedrooms and bathrooms. I try to just make them all pretty similar. And to finish up, we have the master bedroom with the king size bed, actually. Now, not gonna lie, this master bedroom is a pile of crap, but at least we have a gorgeous bed. So there we have it. I hope you guys liked this video. It's a little bit of a different house today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.